Now, I had some high hopes when it came to Takaba versus Kenjaku. Like, I knew this was going to be a fight for the ages, right? And when it comes to Takaba and what he can deliver, like I mentioned in the previous video, the balance of the entire world. With Gojo being defeated, Takaba's there to go and level the playing field, right? And the fact that during the analysis of trying to figure out how do we defeat Sukuna and Kenjaku, how do we handle this whole situation with the culling game, there was one recommendation, there was only one source to defeat Kenjaku, and that was with Takaba. Takaba was the number one choice, and the fact that with this, what we've seen so far is nothing short of incredible. Like, even though I prepared myself for the goofiness, the silliness, the absurdity of this fight, the panels, the interactions are nothing short of amazing. Top tier comedy when it comes to this. It honestly feels like I'm reading a chapter of One Piece with Luffy in Gear 5, just because Takaba just can do anything he wants. Like, his imagination is limitless, and the only thing that's really there is the fact that it's whatever he finds funny. And because he's just so in his head about him finding himself funny, it's incredible. It's great. And I love this meme that's been going around of people saying this whole panel of, wouldn't it be funny if Gojo came back from the dead to defeat Kenjaku? And it would actually manifest itself to become real. It's the funniest thing ever. And a part of me doesn't even think that this isn't possible. Like, anything is possible with this man. I have my hopes and my dreams riding on Takaba's shoulders, and this man is here just doing his thing. He's just doing his thing, and nobody can tell him what to do, because honestly, I don't know if they make it better or worse. Because if he was self-aware, would it psych himself out, or would it amplify his abilities? Either way, you know, being the greatest sorcerer in all of JJK, Kenjaku's got his work cut out for him, and he's got the upper hand this time. In this chapter, he got the upper hand because he went inside of Takaba's head. You know, he figured it out. He figured out how his ability goes, thinking that, you know, the abilities are going to work if he makes himself thinking it's funny. So he was creating some self-doubt, saying, you know, you're not cut out to go and be a comedian. You know, your jokes aren't even funny. Like, really spilled some doubt. Like, very kind of Simon Cowell, Gordon Ramsay, just kind of talk you down. Like, yeah, I don't think you even cut out for this. Were you even training for this? Like, what is this? This is a disgrace. Takaba's going to come back. He's going to come back, and he's going to take out Kenjaku. But look, the staring contest, seeing Kenjaku start up a YouTube channel for You Laugh, You Lose, I think he's number one. Like, that panel that he put, the You Laugh, You Lose staring contest, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think everybody who read this chapter lost. Because that was the most absurd panel I've ever seen of Kenjaku. Just seeing that drawn and big canon in JJK is pretty full on. But yeah, could you imagine Takaba facing Sukuna? Takaba facing Toji? Like, even Gojo. Like, Gojo at least would match the absurdity that I would expect from Gojo. But Kenjaku has really stepped up his game, and he's really leveling out the playing field with Takaba. But just imagining the matchups with Takaba and Sukuna and Toji and all these other characters is so crazy, is so funny, and I would absolutely love just to have an absurdist side story just created to see what these matchups are. I don't think I've ever wanted more of a matchup between these characters than any other series. Like, I need this to be shown to me, please. Like, even just make a movie. Make a movie and then have Takaba have a section of this movie where he just fights one of these other characters like Sukuna or Toji or somebody, because I need to see how that plays out, because it'd be absolutely ridiculous. I will also say that during the cover page of this chapter, we did see a really nice cover page with Yuji and Sukuna, and then you had Gojo and Kenjaku. And look, the signs are there, okay? There are some people there that feel like we are trying to cope with the fact that Gojo could come back from the dead, okay? He has been sliced in half, you know, he had a clean slice. It was beautifully done, okay? And I mentioned this before when I caught up with the series. If this is the way that Gojo goes out, then okay, right? He put up a great fight. It was a lot of fun, beautifully done. And I will say, it is very convincing seeing the double page spread and the detail that was done of him laying back on his back. It was a really great panel, right? And I felt there was a lot of care and a lot of effort that was put into this death, fake out, whatever you want to say. But for me, I am convinced that Gojo is going to make a return. Multiple reasons. One of the big ones is the fact that Sukuna faced against Gojo, and Sukuna wasn't even in his final form. He didn't even really go out. He was in Megumi's body, using his abilities. I think that's pretty dodge. Facing against Gojo, you'd think it would be Sukuna at his best, Gojo at his best to go out there, right? Pure forms, let's go. But also with this cover page, and also with the whole story in general. The natural conclusion of these characters and the conflicts that they're having is you have Sukuna and Yuji. That has been the conflict from day one. They've been having that going on. And you have Kenjaku and Gojo. Okay? That it has been clearly established. So if you're going to have a way to go and end these stories, these character developments that they've been making, that is the natural end game of these characters, are these matchups. Gojo and Sukuna was something that was bound to happen, and I think purely just because of fanfare. Like, these are the strongest characters, you know, strongest sorcerer in history versus the strongest sorcerer of today. That was the natural progression of where these characters were going to end up. But when it comes to the natural conclusion of the character story arcs and story conflicts, those two matchups are the way in which it has to go to. But before we get to those final matchups, we have a lot of fun things to get to. And look, we're still getting through Takaba. Like, Takaba has a couple of jokes up his sleeve, and I'm super excited to go and see what he's going to pull out. And then we have Sukuna and all the stuff going on down there, right? There's so many great fighters, and I've been loving that. When I binge through the series, seeing the matchups with all these different characters has been fantastic. And I had a fear in my head that that was going to be the end of it, right? That we're going to have this really fantastic, great interaction with a character, see their amazing abilities, and then that was going to be the end of it, right? I had that whole fear after Toji. Toji is my main man, right? I loved the whole interaction with Toji, the character of Toji, and to see Maki go and fill that role has been great. The character development for Maki into Toji's role has been incredible, right? And I'm really glad that that has filled that space in my heart, okay? So to see everybody jump in with Yuji to go and face against Sukuna, the possibilities are endless. The matchups are endless. The tag team moves are endless. And I hope that the creativity is just flowing. When there has been a fight with 3 or more people, that has been one of my favorite moments in the entire series, because there's such a dynamic aspect of how all these characters can interact with each other. Doing it one-on-one, it's a chess game, right? You make your move, I make a move, we counteract. But when there's 3 people, it's so chaotic. And then when there's more than that, it's just off the rails. And I love that. I love it when it's off the rails and I can't predict what the next move is going to be and how every single one of these abilities can overlap and clash. So to have Sukuna in the mix with what seems to be 4 other people, it's going to be pure insanity. And I'm so excited that I'm at this point in time talking with you guys right now to read this every week and to just process everything as it happens, because binging this all at once was great, right? But just the fact that I can sit here, soak it in, and just play guess with you guys about what I can expect, It's so much fun. But what are your thoughts on this latest chapter of JJK? Let me know in the comment section down below. What are your expectations when it comes to Takaba and Kenjaku? What do you think the next matchup, the next jokes are going to be? Do you think it is a possibility of Takaba saying, you know what, it'd be so funny if Gojo came back from the dead to take you out? That is a possibility and such a big meme, but I love it so much, and I'm holding on to hope that that could be something that happens that just is so unbelievably crazy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next one.